Today at Manchester Theatres, it is my pleasure to be joined by two very talented people, Ethan Lawrence and Neal Foster, who are going to be touring next year with Horrible Histories Live and Dead, the concert, and it is coming to the Manchester Opera House from the 6th of February. Now, if you are a Horrible Histories fan, you very may well recognise both Ethan and Neal, for they have been involved in various ways. First of all, Ethan has been in the television show since 2021, and Neal is the creative force behind all of the stage shows since 2005. Ethan has also been in whopping shows such as Bad Education and Afterlife, whilst Neal is kept busy with the Birmingham Stage Company, of which he is a founder, and he is also an actor and member. So they also do all the David Walliams shows and things like that. So two very talented people. But today, of course, we're here all about Horrible Histories and to talk about this tour. So thank you both so much for joining me. And I believe with this tour, it's kind of going to be a little bit of a first, because it's the first time that people from the actual television show and songs from the actual television show have been put together on stage. Have I got that right?
Almost. The Birmingham Stage Company, as you say, have been doing the Horrible History shows for 20 years. And a couple of years ago, for the first time, we joined forces with Lion Television, who make all the Horrible Histories TV shows, to do a prom at the Albert Hall with BBC Proms. And we had such a good time that we thought we should do this again. So this is the first time that the TV actors and TV songs have been on tour. And we're going right around the country over spring for 3 months, visiting 17 different cities. And it'll have all the favourite songs from the TV and a lot of the most fantastic TV actors like Ethan, plus Richard David-Caine and Harrie Hayes and Verona Rose. It's a fantastic cast, and that makes it a really unique show.
Brilliant, lovely. So the story, even though it's a concert, I believe there is a little bit of a story behind it, from something to do with Shakespeare and death or something like that.
Yes, right? Well, the whole play is Shakespeare, the great playwright, has been tasked by his boss, Queen Elizabeth I, to create the greatest show on earth. And it all goes wrong very, very quickly. And the problem with, things go wrong these days. You might get some comments on Instagram. Things go wrong in Tudor times and you might find you're losing your head. So Shakespeare is in a lot of trouble very quickly with his boss, Queen Elizabeth. And then Ethan appears as Henry VIII, so things start to get even worse. And it just gets more and more difficult for Shakespeare and more and more fun for us. So in the course of that, there are 16 songs that appear from the TV series that Shakespeare sings them, and Ethan comes on and sings Divorced, Beheaded, Die. Charles II appears. Dick Turpin's coming on singing his songs. It's a panoplia of fun. As Shakespeare says right at the top of the show, it's an all singing, all dancing, dramatic extravaganza. And because we've got Richard David-Caine playing Shakespeare, you know just how much fun you're going to have.
Yes, definitely. And Ethan, do you know any of the characters yet that you're going to be playing? Any that you're looking forward to?
Oh, I'm playing loads, mate. So Henry VIII is the big one, which is very exciting. I mean, he's the Don, isn't he? He's the Don of Horrible History. So it's very grateful to have been given that. But on top of that, I'll be running on as a Viking at a certain point. I'll be King Philip II of Spain. I'm a backup dancer for Charles II because obviously he's going to be rapping. And I mean, my God, look at me. I scream hip hop. So that was a good casting opportunity for me. But I mean, with just 8 of us in the cast, all of us are doubling up. So it's frantic and fast moving. And we're getting through a lot of history.
Yeah, I bet you are. Well, do you have any favourite kind of history periods to sort of play out? And then I suppose for you as well, Neal, do you have any favourite to write for? So Ethan first.
Well, in the TV show, I was very grateful to be given the role of Charles I. sort of around that sort of Reformation period where everything was upside down and topsy-turvy. We couldn't decide whether we were Catholic or Protestant. Oliver Cromwell comes in, like people are getting thrown in prison, heads are being chopped off. It's a very frantic period, and there's a lot of juice and a lot of mileage you can get out of that. But I mean, one of my personal favourites was the opportunity to play Winston Churchill during his interregnum between parliamentary stints, where he went to go and find himself in America, and harangued a visibly bored Charlie Chaplin with his movie pitches, which is a great bit of history and a great fun to play as well.
Yeah, definitely. And what about to kind of write for and create for, Neal?
Well, the great thing about history, and the great thing about particularly Horrible History, is because it was created by Terry Deary, who wrote all the books. He had this fantastic idea of concentrating on the gruesome and the gory, and the weird and the disgusting, and any mention of poo that you can get into any story. So virtually every period in history has had its lunatics and its mad people and its disgusting things that have happened, and wicked things that are done to the population at large by the people in charge. So there isn't a period of history where everything's been lovely and happy. I think we all know that now, don't we? So virtually everything is up for grabs. So even right up to the present day. I mean, I don't think anyone is any surprised to find that actually things are all starting to feel a little bit weird right now. So imagine what it was like in times when you didn't have the NHS to run to, or the state to look after you. We're in a very privileged position at the moment. So history has been horrible for most of the time that humans have been in charge of it.
Yeah, which works great for the title.
Yes.
And as you've said, it has been so popular. I mean, of course, all of the books that kicked it off, we've had, I think, 11 series now. The films, spin-off shows, like you've mentioned, the proms thing, there was spin-off game shows, all the stage shows. And trying to pin down what makes it so successful, it's a multitude of things. But I think, and this is going to bear with me when I say this because I might sound a bit bonkers, but I think it's, even though it's aimed at kids, it's not aimed at kids, as in it doesn't patronize them. So the content is there, but it's done in a way that is so respectful and not patronizing, and it doesn't dumb anything down, does it? It kind of really, just says, look, this is what it was. This is how it happened. What do you kind of think has made it so popular?
No, you're definitely onto something with that, because in our experience, we've been doing theatre for families and children for 30 years. And in my experience, there's almost nothing that is too difficult for children to deal with. The main thing you have to deal with when you're presenting something to children is just keep it clear. You want it to make it absolutely so they can follow it. But once you've got them hooked, there's virtually nothing that you can't put in front of them for them to find interesting and to explore and have fun with. They're always more sophisticated than you think they're going to be. And as you say, because of that, it means that it's the perfect family show, because the dads and the mums and the grannies and granddads also will come away from it going, well, goodness me, I thought I knew about the Tudors, but I didn't know any of that. I thought I knew about the Romans. I didn't know any of that. And that's the secret to it. It really genuinely entertains the entire family. Plus the fact, of course, that at root, it's very, very funny. I mean, that's the whole point of it, is to have a lot of fun. And so if you're all having a good time, I think, for me, the success is if a 5-year-old and a 70-year-old are laughing at the same joke, then we've really won.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And obviously this time we're taking it on stage. So Ethan, how are you going to find taking what you're used to doing in a television setting, like the singing and all of this, and then doing it live on stage every night? I mean, there's a thrill to that, right?
Well, yeah. And I mean, one of the key differences is that when we're doing the TV show, we're generally performing for a couple of dozen technicians in charge of lighting, camera, electrical, and everything like that. And they are so done with us at this point. Like, we're mucking around, throwing slime at each other, and they're like, "Yeah, lunch is in half an hour. Let's keep this." So yeah, they're completely done with us. So it'll be nice to get in front of an active crowd that are going to be the watchword of this show is that interaction is not only welcomed but encouraged. We're doing the songs. Everyone knows the songs, so they're encouraged to sing along. We're getting out there in the crowd, really making it kind of an interactive experience. So it's more than just performing it to a live crowd. It's the fact that like we're directly interacting with the crowd as well, that will really bring the show to life, I think.
But how do you, so when you're on TV, between each of the different historical periods, you've got breaks, you've got, you get changed, you might have a brew, a bit of a hobnob. How, like on stage, is there going to be like quick changes where, 1 minute you might be in Roman Empire and then the next you're coming on as a Tudor, and like trying to get all of those different facts and characters, quick turnaround in your brain? Does that happen for you? Like, how do you do that?
Well, this is a show that I would say is largely built on quick changes. It's a magic show more than anything else. I mean, really, it's the same sort of thing, but like contracted really right down. So, like for the TV show, like we're working very fast. Like we do 4, 5, 6 sketches a day. And so, we're constantly putting on different hats and finding different characters and everything like that. This is just this, but like a lot faster.
Yeah.
And fortunately, unlike with the TV show where like every day is different, at least with this, there's a consistency. And so you can get it in your head, right, okay, I'm not King Philip II of Spain anymore, so stop doing that accent. Yeah. Don't need that anymore. That we could put that in the locker for the next show. It's Henry VIII's time now. And so like it's I think finding that structure will be key to making sure that we're exactly who we're supposed to be at every point.
At every point, yeah, because there's a lot going to be going on. And over the years, for both of you, particularly you, Neal, who has been involved in so much of the creation, the amount of historical facts that you must have learnt, do you retain it all? Is it like once you've learnt it, it's there? Or is it kind of, okay, I've done that show, now it's gone?
Well, I'm quite lucky that when I've learned a show, normally it stays in my head. So any fact that's in a show, I will remember. But for example, I've written a brand new show that we haven't done yet that will probably be happening year after next. If you asked me about what's in that script, all the different facts, I probably wouldn't remember, even though I wrote it and have written it 100 times since. So that's the great thing about performing something and acting something, is that it really does stick in your head. And I also go along with that a theory that John Cleese has, that if you want people to understand and remember something, make them laugh, because you only laugh at something that you actually understand, and because you found it fun, you remember it. So the things that I find funny are the things that mostly stick, and that's why most of stuff you learn at school you forget quite easily, because it's not nearly as funny or laugh out loud as the stuff that we like to do in Horrible Histories. And that's the key to why you remember it for the long term.
Yeah. How about you, Ethan? What random historical fact have you remembered?
It's tricky sometimes because, like I said, there's such a fast turnaround, and because we only do everything once, it's sort of kind of ephemeral. Like I've forgotten more words than most people know at this point. And like, in order to keep yourself sane, like, it sort of goes in, you do it, and then it goes out the other end. But there are things that stick, like, particularly if there's like some big set piece that's always going to stick in your mind. Like most recently, I was reminded that we did an excellent cover of Baby Got Back, but about boats and the maintenance thereof. And I learned all about, because I was able to play King Gustavus Adolphus of Sweden, I found out all about the Vasa, which is this incredible boat that was absolutely huge. It got put on the water. There was a strong gust of wind and it just immediately flipped. That was it. There was nothing. Wow. Just went underwater straight away. I believe in Sweden they've like reconstructed it in like a dry dock, so you can go and have a look at it. It's a magnificent boat, but like it's that sort of hubris of kings, that he builds this boat that is extraordinary, one of the most advanced ships at that time, and all it took was just a stiff breeze.
Yeah.
Because obviously it's designed to look incredible, but the thing about looking incredible is that you fall over easier. I've found that in my day-to-day life.
And I wanted to pick up on what you said as well with that there, Neal, that you know, when you make something fun, it makes it so much easier to learn. And for Horrible Histories, I have to massively applaud what it does for education. And I think that there's so many at the top who design national curriculums or educators who could really learn from how this works, because you bring in information and history to life in through performing arts, and it's seeing that performing arts isn't just about ta-da, I'm going to be on stage. It can be utilized in so many different ways, this being one of them. And you know, that could then be really applied to all kind of learning topics, giving students who aren't necessarily academic learners a way to learn. It's massive. Do you get kind of like educators or families kind of thanking you and acknowledging this? Because I want to say it to you.
You do get it. You do get it. People saying that they wish they'd had this sort of way in at school. But I would say it's the secret of great teaching, isn't it? Because I had a couple of fantastic teachers in my school. For example, one of them was a maths teacher who was so good that even though I wasn't in the top 3 sets, I was in the 4th set, and would never have said I was good at maths. He just found the way in, and I think that's what it always is about. Anything you're trying to put across, it's trying to find that key to bring the audience, to bring whatever they're, a classroom audience or a theatre audience, into what you're trying to do. It nearly always is about clarity, so that you actually present it in a way that people can understand and can absorb. Horrible Histories found its own particular way because of the genius of Terry Deary and the fact that he concentrated on those aspects of history that we found the most interesting. But I think you can apply it across any subject. If you find the way in, you find the key of what is going to make people interested, and then continue that clarity throughout. All of us would probably be interested in anything. You know, look at Brian Cox, the way he presents science and space. He just has a fantastic way of presenting it. So even very, very complex subjects become accessible. And that's the key to all education. I think it doesn't really matter what the subject is. It's the presentation of it, as you've said. And Horrible Histories has its own unique way that it presents history, which makes it accessible, fun, and memorable for everybody who gets involved.
Absolutely. And we've not got too long to wait. So you're going to be in Manchester from the 6th of February. So to finish off, what are you most looking forward to with this particular tour? Obviously, Neal, you've done a lot now. Ethan, you've done the TV show for a while. So what are you looking forward to with this particular tour?
Well, Manchester is always one of our favourite cities. We were performing at Manchester Palace and Manchester Opera House on a regular basis. We're going to be there at Christmas with our Christmas show, Horrible Christmas. So we can't wait to be back in Manchester. It's one of the great cities in the country, and the audiences are so responsive and so engaged and such fun that Manchester is going to be one of the highlights. And because it's right at the beginning of the tour, we'll be still in that moment of bedazzled and bedazed and needing our audience to help us out as we unfold the show. So yeah, Manchester is one of my real highlights.
Yeah, we will definitely help you out. We'll definitely be helping you out. And how about you, Ethan? What are you looking forward to?
I mean, it's just such a wonderful opportunity to bring the songs to life. Like, you know, not only, I mean, Richie Webb, who is the composer of all the songs in the TV show, he's done over 200 of them now. And not only will he be joining us on tour on stage, but he will be joining us with a live band also on stage. And so, like, this is going to be a new presentation of the songs that has never been done before. And if it doesn't work, it won't be done again. But it will work. It will work. Because, I mean, we've been working hard in the rehearsal room, and, like, you know, putting these songs together, like these songs that everyone knows, that a lot of people have grown up with. I mean, you know, as Neal said, like he's been doing this for Horrible Histories for 2 decades, and the TV show's been running for 16 years. Like, there are a lot of people who, like, Horrible Histories has been their whole lives. And so to have this opportunity to present to them the songs of their childhood, teenagehood, adulthood, wherever it is, and bring it to the masses at long last, finally. Really exciting times, and I'm very looking forward to Manchester. As Neal says, they're lively crowds, and we need lively. We can't do this show without lively crowds.
Well, that we can provide. We can definitely provide that, and we cannot wait till you come. So both, thank you so much for chatting with me today. I know you've got very busy schedules, so I do appreciate it. And yeah, we will be there ready to cheer and whoop and whatever else you need. Opera House from the 6th of February 2026. Ethan and Neal, thank you both so much, and we will see you really soon, and have a lovely Christmas in the meantime.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Hello. Hi. What's happening?
Hello. Hi, guys.
Guess what? Come on. We're going on tour.
This is the first time that the cast of Horrible Histories, the TV show, is touring.
We are going up and down this country.
Horrible Histories, the concert tour.
We're going to be singing the classics from Horrible Histories, the TV show, live on stage, and you get to come along and join in. Woo!
Very, very exciting.
You can expect songs, glitz, glamour, chickens, axes, lighting, special effects, more axes.
See what city we're coming to that's near you and book your tickets. This is something that has never, ever been done before.
Hope to see you there.
You're going to have the best time of your entire lives.
Horrible Histories. The concert.
It's going off.